So, how do we measure success? Is it by our job titles or the number of awards and accolades that we receive throughout our entire career? What about our self-worth and acceptance? If on social media there's a blue check mark on certain accounts verifying that those accounts are real, but for some reason that has become more of a status symbol to some, meaning you made it, a feeling of validation. So between the check mark and the need and desire to go viral with a single social media post, life has to change after all of that, right? I mean, after all, between the curated grids and images, life can sometimes seem so effortless and beautiful. But when is enough enough?
You're just getting a very small 15 to 60 second snippet of someone's life and not truly knowing what they are going through.
It's a lonely place because one thing that I've personally felt is that a lot of people come in and they have kind of what they want, they have their plan of what they want.
You wait 5 minutes, you're going back to see how many people like that. Has anybody commented yet? Why not? If they haven't commented in the first 5 minutes, it's not gonna keep going to my other followers because now we're such in a prison of the algorithm.
Ask yourself, how do you feel afterwards? You know, a lot of times we feel bad. We're comparing ourselves to other people in our lives. There's this sense of envy, FOMO. Should I be somewhere else?
I'm still pretty consistent, but you know, you never know. Especially even though we got a little double rim, but hey, we don't give up. All right, you ready? Okay. I told you, 2 tries, let's go. First viral video was the first video I ever did in uniform. My department got a hold of it, they put it on their Twitter, and it exploded. I mean, I was getting phone calls the next day like, hey, you're on TV and this and that. I had no idea.
That's Officer Arius George with the Los Angeles Police Department. He recently decided to show off his skills while patrolling the area.
How did he do that? Oh my God. Sometimes it's just luck, I think, because there's no way.
I put a lot of, time and effort in, if I want to make a trick shot and I'm trying, I'm tired, I'm sweating, and if I finally get the shot or whatever video I want to do, and I put a lot of effort in it, before I would do something like, man, this video is going to go viral. And I'm waiting, and I'm like, what happened? And then I would see another video go viral, and that was, I would kind of like look like, well, that one went viral, how come mine didn't go viral? I'm like, well, my shot was more difficult than that. And at that point, I actually, took a step back and said, hey, wait a minute. You should never compare yourself to anybody else.
Nina Boston, Chief Medical Officer of REAL and Executive Director of Brainstorm, the Stanford Lab for Mental Health Innovation. Validation metrics are the terms that we use for things like likes or responses, comments, etc. Validation metrics affect users' emotions, posting frequency, as well as the content that they post. When we feel that we're similar to 50,000 people who also like the same post, that feels good for the person who's clicking like. On the flip side, intermittent variable rewards also lead to social comparison. And social comparison can be linked to envy, guilt, and regret.
Story tonight of a comedian, Leo Gonzalez. Now, once an aspiring TV reporter, he now has a huge following online for his impersonations of...
As soon as it uploads, it'll probably, historically, maybe it'll take about 40 minutes for it to get a little traction, maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 likes. If I get 10,000 likes, I'm fine. I'm okay with that. If it doesn't get like 2,000 likes, if it's like less than 2K, I'm like, all right. And it's been like a month, like, all right. That's embarrassing. Because like the ratio is wild. This is the closest that I'm getting to what I wanted to do, which is entertainment. And it just happens to be TikTok and Instagram as that. I guess it's the vessel that's being used. It's harder to make friends now because if you can't sit at dinner without them taking pictures and showing who they're with, and also just like walking around and people just like sneaking pictures of you and sneaking videos and recording you from a distance. like it gives a lot of anxiety because like I have to always kind of be in character. All right, number 78, 9 tacos de asada, 3 tortas de pastor. Oh shoot, I can't. 3 quesadillas de, yeah.
9 tacos de asada, 3 quesadillas de pastor. Damn, 3 tortas de carnitas. Damn, cómete algo, come here.
It's stressful because people will be like, oh, not as funny as yesterday. All right, relax. Give me a second. Like I'm trying.
There's this pressure to subsequently post and have more content. And so creators feel this responsibility to their followers to post, to do so frequently.
And you can get caught up in like, oh man, if I don't hit this number, then it's bad. I did a bad video. They don't like me no more. It's not like, so you can really get caught up in that. I've seen a lot of people stop. I've seen a lot of people get depressed. Man, they don't like me no more, man. My page ain't doing good. I'm losing subscribers and followers, and like it can really get to your head.
Then what ends up happening is your followers can become more demanding. They're wanting more content. They're wanting you to reply directly to their comments or to their DMs.
Who's gonna DM me about this next video? And then we start to try to get in our followers' heads about what they need. And now we don't create from the place of what we enjoy or what we have to say. We create based upon them. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just here to help. And, I think people now, like, they want to connect with you, not because of who you are in person. They want to connect with you because who you are on social media. They look at Instagram for validation on what either you say that you are, or how many followers you have. Are you making an impact? Are you verified? We're in a hunt to have as many verified accounts following us as we can.
What does the blue check mark mean to you?
Verified.
I'm still waiting on my blue check mark. I mean, I'm still waiting on it. But one of the things that I've learned for myself is having the blue check mark doesn't validate me.
You're important for a lot of people. You're important enough for us to give you this check and to verify that you are as good as or as important as we think you are.
I think that it's what society puts behind the blue check mark, right? This means that this is a verified person, they're real, what they make, but that doesn't mean that I'm not real. Like, just because I don't have it doesn't mean the opposite, that I'm not real, I don't make authentic content.
I never just focused on like, oh, I gotta get verified because I wanna be accepted. I knew that it would be good to like be able to build, my account and build things up.
What? That's so hot. Man. Virality is when everybody's talking about your video. It's on several platforms. It's hitting numbers that you don't normally hit, like a World Star, Shade Room, anything like that. When your video go to those pages, they have millions and millions of followers. If somebody see that, they're like, hey man, you made it.
Going viral, meaning, having 1 million, 10 million, 100 million people viewing what you're doing, that's like a scale that's unheard of.
And action.
Shabazz!
Because of the fact that you've reached hundreds, thousands, millions of people, it gets amplified. The sheer volume of negative content that you get is amplified. And to your point, you get these negative comments in just a couple, minutes to hours to days. No one is used to getting that amount of negative comments in both that volume as well as concentrated in just such a short amount of time.
They talking about you, I don't like your shirt, I don't like your hair. Normally, I'm gonna go back at you. Like, you won't smoke, bet, cool, let's do it. Bar for bar, we can go. But now, I don't worry about it. Powered by likes literally means that I'm driven by somebody else double tapping a picture, or I'm driven by their opinion of, is this worthy of my like?
I think that it's dangerous. And I think that what that sets us up for is a world where we're overly reliant on on likes, on what other people are thinking and doing, especially when I think about content creators who have built these entire platforms and careers, because anything that is built on that externality is really dangerous for what that does for you internally.
Hey, yo, hold up, bro. I know you ain't got my robe on.
Yeah, you like this? This Versace, huh? Boy, this thing is comfortable, my boy. I like this one.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but maybe I'm old and my back hurts. But essentially, and then that's an example of it. My name is Shani Tran. I'm a licensed professional clinical counselor, also known as LPCC. My TikTok handle is @TheShani Project, and I have 476.9 thousand subscribers right now. People want information, it's just they have to find ways to be able to digest it. Because I mean, if you think about it, if you tell someone, I think you should go to therapy, it depends on where that person is to be able to hear that information. My social media content as a therapist is not a replacement for therapy. It's meant to start the conversation. Hi, I'm Shani and I will be your therapist today. So can you tell me a little bit about what brings you in today? The TikTok app or any app, social media, if you're striving for the numbers, you can almost be gaslit by it, right? Where it's like, boom, you went viral. So you're like, let me pump out the content. Let me sort of aim that. But then your views for videos after that may not be doing as well.
We call it intermittent variable rewards. That's the technical term for what happens with gambling. And that's exactly what happens on social media. What happens with gambling when you're on a slot machine is you put your quarters in, and sometimes you get you might get a $2 reward. Sometimes you hit it big and you get $100, but most of the time you're losing your money. You can't predict exactly what's going to go viral. Maybe it's something, you post is going to get that 50,000 likes. Maybe it's going to get 100. Maybe no one's going to look at it, or maybe it's literally going to be the thing that everyone talks about for the next week. When you buy into that whole pattern, that is exactly what leads to you getting more and more addicted, and then feeling that pressure to keep delivering more.
Good, I'm done. That's it. I ain't shooting another one. All right.
I look way less now at things than I used to. I don't look at comments anymore at all. So when I post a video, I'll reply to like 5 or 6 people in the first few minutes. And then I release that video for my life because I don't have the energy to be like, oh, you're so funny, you're so creative, fat, oop, all right. I'm like, all right, never mind, then I gotta go.
Being genuine, being who you are, loving what you do, that's where it begins. What is it that you're trying to achieve? That end goal. Well, what's the end goal? Where does it end? What is the end goal?
There's a correlation between time spent on social media and depression. We can't prove that when you are on social media, that directly causes depression. Rather, there's this relationship between an increase in time on social media and an increase in depression.
Not having likes doesn't mean that people don't like your content. I get that it's the way that the apps are set up, that's sort of driven like, yep, this is the validation. I like this. But that doesn't mean the opposite. Like, it doesn't have to be black and white. There is a gray area of knowing, like, if you believe you're a really dope creator, dope person, you like what you do, then keep doing what you do, because at the end of the day, you go to sleep with yourself.